Hello everybody, my name is V2’s and welcome back to another video. In this video, I am going to be building my first ever custom keyboard and I wanted to share the experience with all of you. So I will be going over the GMMK Pro as well as these custom keycaps that I got made from WASD keyboards and also the switches I used, which are the Gateron Silent Black Ink V2’s. So the first thing which you're probably wondering about, these are my custom keycap set that I made in Adobe Illustrator and I had them created from WASD keyboards. In the community, I've seen a little bit of talk about WASD keyboards, and I definitely took this into consideration before getting them custom made. Now, I will tell you, these were $80 around that mark. They are not the best. They're not the best at all. They don't really feel that great. They're smooth. If you like smooth, then you probably like them. But they're smooth, they're cheap feeling, they're definitely a little hollow sounding, and also the LEDs, if you have the brightness up a lot more, then they start to shine through a little more. So that kind of sucks. So I have the brightness on mine all the way down to around 15% so that they don't shine through. One of the biggest problems with having your custom keycaps that you created yourself is that they use UV printing on their keycaps, and that makes it so that they're possibly going to fade a lot faster than any other keycaps, unless it's just like a marker drawn on it or something. So that is one issue that I'm having. I'm thinking of possibly putting a clear coat on top of each keycap just to preserve it a little longer. I don't expect myself to be using this keycap set for my entire life. I definitely want to do more builds and then try and get other keycap sets created. This might just end up turning into a display board, which I think would be really cool and definitely go with my setup. So I decided to go with a mixture of kind of looking Japanese and then also a mixture of a little bit of Elvish and RuneScape symbols, which might sound weird. I spent a few weeks on this and still I wish I could be a better artist so that I could go back and just perfect it and make everything look really good. But for now, I'm still in love with this keycap set so much. Like, I'm so proud of it and it's just amazing. So the second thing I wanted to go over was the switches that I used. I used the Gateron Silent Black Ink V2’s. I definitely overlubed almost all of them. I wanted it to be more silent than anything, and I figured if I used more lube it would probably be better, and I didn't want to go with less lube because I was afraid that I would have to take everything back out and then apply more, and I didn't want to deal with that. So I did overlube them, and that kind of sucks. It's definitely not that bad for my first time, and I'm still pretty proud of it. It took me about 9 hours of his live streaming it, and it was very painful process. The last thing I wanted to go over was the GMMK Pro. That is the board that I chose. This board is beautiful. I love the layout. 75% is probably the best layout for me. It's small enough to where I have all the desk space that I want, and it has the keys that I need. The lighting on the side is beautiful. The weight of the keyboard is awesome. The only two issues that I've seen is that the polycarbonate plate, when I got that, it was a little bit warped. That didn't really end up being too much of a problem. I ended up getting it in the board perfectly fine, so that was okay. And then the only other thing is the stabilizers need to be retuned. It's a little bit clicky for the stabilizers, so that's a little bit of a problem. So while editing this video, I saw that Glorious is actually releasing new stabilizers that anybody who owns the Pro will be able to pick up for about $5. If not, it'll be about $10, and hopefully that will fix all of our problems with the stabilizers that you will hear on the sound test later on. The extra things is where it comes into a big problem. I wish I would have looked a little bit more into just grabbing the tools and stuff off of Amazon, as well as a cable. I don't know if I'm a fan of the coiled cable. I really like the connector, like the black connector on the cable, but I don't know if I like the coil. I don't know, it's just a little odd trying to make sure, like, because I move my keyboard around a bit, you know, so I always have to like readjust it and make sure it's straight, and it's kind of like an OCD thing for me. But then the knob itself, just having a green knob was $10, and then everything else that came with it was like an extra $10 added on to the total price tag. And if I would have known, I would have just not gone with the tools from the Glorious website, and I would have just grabbed a kit or something from Amazon. But yeah, overall, I am really happy about this keyboard. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, because this keyboard took me a while to make. I know this video probably isn't going to be as well put together as my other videos, because I don't know if it was the same thing with my computer. I am just really bad at when I'm trying to learn something, trying to get footage for it, and there's so many things I wish I could just go back and be like, oh, I need a shot of this, of the, you know, just something different, and I didn't really get much footage. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one. Before we get into this sound test, I just wanted to let you guys know that I was using the Razer Siren V2 for all of this, and also I'm in an apartment, so there's like a really low hum that's going on, and it's not the best sound test, but it's still something. So here you go.